I'm with Penicuik manager Johnny Harvey, just at the start of pre-season. Johnny, you've had your first year in charge of Penicuik. Sum up for us.
It's been a quick year, that's what I'd say for a start. I think it's been a successful year in the grand scheme of things. Took over last year and it was a wee bit rushed. I remember our first friendly getting a bit of a doing for Stirling, and I think the teams came a long way for there. Obviously try to put my own stamp on it along with my coaching staff, and no, I'm happy with the way things have progressed, and obviously it's good to get a full pre-season where I can organise things along with my coaching staff and try and prepare the team properly for the start of the season. I'm looking forward to it.
You mentioned your coaching staff, it's been a wee bit of a summary change.
Yeah.
We'll get different makeup of your backroom team. Do you want to talk us through that?
Brought in Kevin Mill just as my assistant, he's been a breath of fresh air, to be honest. He's got loads of fresh ideas, and he's on the same wavelength as me. He's really professional, he's meticulous with things that he tries to do. So I think the players have responded well, and I think they're enjoying his methods. Not to say that we never had it right last year, because I believe that we did have it right last year, and it was just obviously people have moved on, so it's good to have a wee bit of change, and it's, as I said, it's been a breath of fresh air. Local lads came in to help us as well with the coaching, and obviously wee bits and pieces with the coaching staff in regards to organising the training and making sure we've got all the kit prepared. But Scott McKenzie's came in, and he's been great with the boys, and he's settled in really well, and obviously that complements the likes of Davey and Alex and John Menzies, who's been with me right for the start since I got into management, and we've got a good team there, and I'm sure that we'll get the best out of a group of players that we've got at the club. So no, everyone's looking good in the coaching front.
It's not just been a summary change off the park, it's also seen a number of changes on the park with some new signings. Can you talk us through the new faces?
Yeah, well, obviously players come and go at every club. I feel it's important at every club to have change, whether you're successful or not successful. I just think for a team, that's a fine. I just think it's important that the team evolves, and it just keeps competition for places and a wee freshness about it. So brought in 8 players, obviously players outgoing that deserve a mention. Players like your captain Ryan McCallum had a great season last year. Yanni, middle of the park, was excellent for us. Ryan Gay, a stalwart at the club. Noble, great signing last season and played left back impeccably last year. So big players to replace, as well as you can add the Scots in there as well, who were big influences around the dressing room and on the pitch. So no, we had a lot of work to do to kind of get to a stage where I'd be confident approaching the season and thinking that we've got as good a squad, if no better, for this season, and I'm at that stage at the moment, and I've not yet done. If there was players that came available that's going to improve what we've got, I'll be still dipping into the market to try and do that. But the players I brought in, I look defensively, and last year we had four defenders that pretty much picked themselves. Out of that, I've lost Stevie Noble, who I've just said was excellent for us last season. I was sorry to see him go, or retire at far too young an age for my liking. But no, I wish him all the best. But with him moving on, I've managed to bring in 3 defenders, two central defenders and a left back. Both central defenders being left-sided, which is something that we kind of struggled with in the team last year. We had 2 left-sided players, well 3 if you include Yanni, who played in a central area, but we had 2 left-sided players with Noble and Monty. Kind of really strengthened that with a kind of balance in the team, which I think is important. Brought in big Gary Hamilton for Newton Grange, John Williams for Whitehill Welfare, who I've liked for a number of years, and I've tried to sign him on a couple of occasions. And Ryan Bapty, who's just moved on for Peterhead, and he's had successful loan spells at junior clubs. So for me, defensively, competition is there, and definitely ability and quality. I think we've really strengthened that area of the park. Middle of the park, as I said, Yanni's moved on, but the team will play in a different way now that Yanni's moved on. Yanni was excellent for us, and we try to get him on the ball as much as possible, but I think we've added a wee bit more legs in there, energy, which I like all my teams to play with. So look at Sam Jones coming in. Obviously Sam Jones was part of the squad last season, but on loan for Berwick, but he's coming in now, and he's got a chance to kind of stamp his own as a Penicuik player and try to establish himself in the team. So I brought Sam in that area. Also signed a lad, Scott McCrory Irvin, who technically very good but bags of energy as well. He'll be able to play in the central area for us, or he could play off the front, so he brings a number of options to us as well. But again, which I keep kind of banging on about, loads of legs, energy, which we have been kind of adding in there. Another player that brought in, and it was a player I tried to bring in last summer, but Aaron Ponton, again, left-sided player, can play on the sides but he can play through the middle, bags of energy, and he's got Aaron plays with a picture, do you know, he knows the game. When he receives the ball, he knows where the ball's going before he's got it, so I'm excited to bring him in, but he's in America until the end of August, but that'll maybe be a new signing at the right time for us, just after the initial start of the season. Just getting Aaron in will be a breath of fresh air again, so great. Striking areas, obviously lost the captain, who was an influential player for us, but still got good strikers at the club. Lofty, and then Summy obviously demonstrated how good he is with his 5 goals on Tuesday. Brought in Lumba Katalitsa for Arniston, again another player that I've liked for a number of years. I remember playing with Penicuik maybe 10 years ago, and Lumba was at Edinburgh, and I think he got sent off in the game, but he was a right menace right for the off, and ever since that day, even as a player, I've kind of kept an eye on his progress, and I think he deserves a shot in the Super League. I think he'll do excellent for us, so again, absolutely delighted to make that signing. As I said, no finished yet. Maybe if another player comes available that is better than what we've got, or can certainly compete with areas of the park that we need to get a wee bit of competition in, I'll be looking to add it. Possibly definitely another striker, I would imagine, and we're in talks with a senior club about a lad coming in on loan that kind of excites me as well. I think he's got raw talent, but if we could get that one over the line, I would be pretty happy as well. So things are good in the playing front.
There's also been another big change, well, 2 big changes on the park. You've promoted Craig Hume to captain and appointed Lewis Barr vice captain. What was the thinking behind those decisions?
Well, Craig's just a true leader. Craig was a vice captain last year, and he's captained for me before. And one thing I would say about Craig, whether he's captain or no captain, he still kind of leads by example, and he's got a wee bit of authority in the dressing room. Do you know, he kind of a wee bit of banter about him, and he knows the right things to say to people to try and get the best out of them. And you need boys like that in the dressing room. It doesn't need to be your captain, but certainly Craig's probably the most vocal we've got in the team, and I think the boys all kind of respect him that way. Lewis. For me, Lewis, and I've said this to Lewis as well, I'd build a team around Lewis, because see if I had 11 guys that work the way he does in a football park, what he does is his energy rubs off on everybody else around him, and he'll actually run past teammates to go and press the ball, do you know, and I like that about him. But he's got the respect of the teammates because of the work he does and the quality he shows, and I think he deserves that wee bit of extra responsibility, do you know. And I think it'll bring him on as a player as well. Lewis is also loyal as well to the club. Do you know, Lewis is probably over the last couple of years, he's had a number of opportunities to leave, but he loves it at Penicuik. Do you know, and I think when he loves the club as much, I think it was important that I rewarded him with a status at the club. And I'm sure, I know for a fact he's excited about being vice captain, and obviously if Craig's not playing, he'll lead the team out. And you know, I think it's a good duo to kind of lead the boys, because it's not up to me and my coaching staff to police the dressing room every minute of every training session or every game. There's a wee bit of responsibility in there that the players can police themselves, so I think they two will do it great, and they've obviously got a wee bit of support for senior players in there as well, so I think we've got a good balance with the captain, the vice captain, and I think it's a good appointment.
You mentioned last summer there was a bit of a hectic start to pre-season.
Yeah.
Do you feel maybe a more structured and planned out pre-season will be a big benefit to us this year?
Definitely, but definitely more structured and planned out, and we've organised it a lot better. But where we're kind of lacking is the holidays. Holidays has been a big factor this year. I'm looking at my sheet, and I've got 5 boys on holiday tonight. I've got 1 boy working, and I've got 2 or 3 injured. So it kind of tells you the story of what's happening in the training field at this moment in time, and that's been a story ever since we've started back pre-season. So when you're trying to work on shape and you've got half your team there, and then that half of the team go away maybe next week, and you've got another half of the team coming back, so It's difficult, but the week leading up to the season, I think we've got the majority of the players back, excluding Aaron. So, no, well, it's definitely, we're far further ahead than where we were at this point last season. So, can't complain too much. Although I would prefer boys to maybe take holidays in June. So, no, that's.
And like you mentioned, pre-season kicked off on Tuesday night with a 5-2 victory over Preston Athletic. What were your thoughts coming out of that?
Again, I've spoke about it. My team showed loads of energy, but as did Preston. I know I played with Paul Riley and I played with Jack Lynch, both at Penicuik, and obviously I played with Paul at Bathgate and Bonnyrigg as well. I know what the two of them are like, and I knew that their team would be full of energy and press for the front, and they've done a good job down there. Do you know, I can see them already kind of putting their own stamp on it, but I thought my team handled it pretty well for their first game. Wee bit of rustiness in there, but I think over the piece we played pretty decent football at times, scored a couple of good goals. I thought we were a bit vulnerable for set pieces, and again, it's another thing that we've not had a chance to work on because of lack of bodies at training and things, but I'm sure come 5th of August we'll have tightened up in that area as well. So no, I think it was a worthwhile exercise and took a lot of positives for it.
And also the 5th of August, start off here against Linlithgow Rose. Yeah. What were your thoughts when you saw the first fixture?
Excited, yeah. I said that every time last season when you're playing one of these top clubs, and Linlithgow's arguably, if no the biggest club in the East region, they're kind of in the top 2 or 3 anyway, but they'll bring through a big support, I'd imagine, back in Mark Bradley, another former teammate of mine at Berwick, and I wish him all the best, but I know he's got his work cut out, as of the rest of the managers in the league. It's difficult trying to build your own squad, and I'm sure they'll be a different animal for what they were last season, so no, it'll be a very difficult game, but it's a game that I look forward to, and I'm sure Linlithgow will look forward to as well, so that's a good one to start.
Well, we finished 4th last year, our highest position in over 25 years. What are you aiming to achieve this season?
More of the same would be nice. Expectations last season when I came in, I think we far exceeded it. Did I think we would finish 4th? No. We were 9th the season before, and I'd set a target to the boys of top 6. And if I'm being honest, top 6 for a club like Penicuik next season wouldn't be too shabby. I think it'd be a good result, but I think everybody knows me by now and how ambitious I am and how much I'll strive to finish better than where we were last year. But I don't want to put the players under too much pressure. We'll take each game as it comes, and obviously, have I got the capabilities to do similar to what we've done last season? Certainly, within that dressing room we've definitely got the capabilities to do it, but I wouldn't want anybody to get too excited, because I certainly am on the back of last season. It's a week at a time, a game at a time, and we'll see where we are come the end of the season. So.
And just to wrap up, do you have a message for the Penicuik supporters?
Same as usual, come out and support the team. Boys, nothing better than when played Rob Roy here, although the result wasn't what we wanted, but when the whole town's back in the club, I like that kind of community spirit that we had, everybody getting behind the team, and obviously it would be better for the town if we had a successful Penicuik Athletic on the pitch, so that'd be great to see all the supporters that were there last season come down, but bring your friends.
That's fine, thank you, Johnny.
Cheers to you.